back here through Carpenter, and Dunbar are going to make contact. Caution flag going to come out.
And we're going to roll, of course, some drivers out on the speedway. We want to thank Watts Outdoor Services, putting up $116 for the bonus on the leader of lap number 16. That's Watts Outdoor Services. Trackside Media by KW Photography, putting up $116 for the driver that qualified 16th. Craig Lee from the Butt Hut in Athens, Georgia, put up $200 for the overall fast time. Race City Performance, Don Blackshear putting up some money. Of course, $100 for Group A and $100 for Group B for the fastest 5:25 on the feature after qualifying. Chad Grizzly putting up some extra money as well for the hard charger and long haul, totaling $500 a piece for that as well. Alton Watts putting up his money as well. So a lot of folks putting up extra bonuses through the field. Pro Turf putting up $500. Trevor and Carol Parker, $116 for the driver that leads lap 126. So with the bonuses, it's very conceivable that somebody could walk out of here $6,000, maybe even $7,000 richer in limited late model tonight. There for Jimmy Johnson. Green flag is in the air, and we're going to turn the limited late models loose. The big motors are going to eat down into turn number 3 and 4. Johnson off the corner. Johnson looking good. HST on the nose of that machine. Kevin Stevens going to work his way down into turn number 1 after a great run in, of course, the Ohio Valley. Steel block late models a couple of weeks ago up at Toccoa Raceway. Johnson with his hand out the window there, backing it down. The 21 machine, the oh-so good water, the train chassis. Kenny Harris grading entry for Devin Morgan, the driver out of Greenville, South Carolina. Drew Deaver working off of turn number 3 and 4. As it stands, Jimmy Johnson at the top of the board. Devin Morgan going to move now to 3rd. White flag in the air. Johnson with a 14.46. Dusty Jones with a 14.74. Devin Morgan 3rd quick. Drew Deaver. So Jimmy Johnson right now the fastest so far, but we have a couple of drivers that did not pick up. One of those being Kevin Stevens there in the 52 machine. He did not pick up here at the line. Of course, it's just hot laps. It doesn't pay anything. Doesn't mean anything. Qualifying coming up later on. I'm going to roll the next group out onto the speedway. Riley Higman in the R1 machine going to come by. John Howard there in the 81. The 36 machine of Blake Kraft. He will make his way by. Mason Tucker there in the 23 machine. He's going to make his way by. Also Mark Ledford, Jake Parker, and Mark Greeny, the driver out of Bessemer City, North Carolina. Green flag in the air. We're going to turn our second group of limited late models loose. Mason Tucker got up on the high line that time. Going to rip the lip down into turn number 1 at Tucker. He'll work now down the back straightaway. Here comes the 42 machine of Mark Green. Green looking to the bottom of Parker. Parker going to shut the door in that 28 machine. Everybody finding that little bitty dip there. You can see him riding it over in turn number 3 and 4. Riley Hickman going to work down into turn number 1. Blake Kraft goes to the top of the board in the 36 car. He'll come by. And he will go topside with a 13.99. He'll be the only driver to make it down into the 13 seconds. Mason Tucker, Jimmy Johnson, Dustin Jones, John Howard, Riley Hickman 6th, Devin Morgan. Mark Ledford going to jump up to 7th there, but Blake Kraft in the 36 machine. Apparel on that car, of course, Collins Signs and Designs. Russell Irwin. He'll be one to watch here tonight. Casey Roberts in the 11 machine. We're going to circulate around the speedway. Phoenix Roofing on this 1C. Fox Diesel Service for Collins as he comes by. One of the favorites here coming into tonight is Kenny Collins. The 22 of Russell Irwin. Here comes your C11 machine of Cody Courtney coming by. The driver out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Brent Shook in the 17 machine going to pick up the pace. The Simpson Racing entry there for Casey Roberts, the Georgia Bandit. Green flag in the air, and we're going to pick up the pace. And these limited late model drivers are going to take it into turn number 3 and 4. Roberts off the corner, followed by the Franklin, North Carolina native of David McCoy. Blake Kraft, still quick time, but not for long. They're picking up the pace, and it's Russell Irwin to the top of the board with a 13.44 for Russell Irwin. Kenny Collins going to go up to 3rd quick. Brent Shook. Roberts now 2nd quick in the 11. Collins going to best him back at the line. David McCoy to 4th. Cody Courtney, the Knoxville, Tennessee native, goes 2nd quick with a 13.70, but Russell Irwin picks it up. He has a 13.15 at the line. Irwin, quickest thing on the track, checkered flag in the air, stock 4. You need to be in stage, and that should wrap up our limited late models. And how about Russell Irwin in the 22 machine, top of the board over Kenny Collins, Cody Courtney, David McCoy, Casey Roberts, Blake Kraft, Brent Shook, Mason Tucker, Jimmy Johnson, and Dustin Jones, your top 10 in limited late model hot laps for the Wesley English Memorial.